Hi, YouTube family. How are you all doing? I hope you're all well and you've managed to get through the strong energies of 2022. We're now here in 2023, and this year holds completely new energies for us to look into. And I always believe when we have a more of an understanding and a belief in the energies, it will help us navigate our time through more easily. And the last year was pretty intense. There was a lot going on. I think for a lot of us, it was quite a transformational time. I know whether you are a life path 6, a life path 33, or you had strong 6 in your numerology, or you're around people with those life path numbers, for instance, I'd be really interested to hear from you of how that year was for you, what you went through. Feel free to share with us, because I feel through sharing it can help us learn and grow. And that's where a lot of growth comes in, is when we can be open and share with others. I'm going to let you guys in and tell you a little bit of what went down for me in that year as a life path 33/6, because boy, oh boy, I felt like it was a really intense time. I definitely felt like, as my numerology teacher did say, that, those with that life path, we will be more in the spotlight. For sure, I felt it. Like, I definitely felt like a lot more people would reach out to me, for help, healing, guidance, especially, to do with spiritual matters or those of the sixth sense matters. Yes, for sure. I was helping a lot of people. I was also growing my YouTube channel, which I've been wanting to do for a long time, which is, me sharing some of my views, my beliefs, and sharing and wanting to help and heal others all over the world. So that has been working well for me, and I'm dedicating more time to that. I think I went through a lot of emotional ups and downs as well, for sure. There was a lot going on, like emotionally, especially, like sometimes you felt like really strong in your energy, and then other times you could definitely be questioning yourself a lot more. Like, there was a lot of changes. It's also worth noting as well that in the numerology that I did go through an age turning point as well, which is quite significant. I'm still feeling some of those changes within the energy. And I think the only way to truly know how these things affect us is to reflect back on them, because sometimes when we're in that moment and we're living life, it can pass by us so quickly. Even if we look back on the last couple of years, time seems to just be passing by so quickly, and things can feel really surreal. So yes, I also got a kitten as well. My whole life I'd never been interested in cats. They weren't my go-to animal. But this year, in the universal year of 6, cat also holds a 6 energy. And no surprise, again, not even a coincidence, guys. This is just how the universe works. When something is meant to be, it's meant to be. Even the rescue center I rescued my little kitten from had a 6 energy too. I mean, yeah, imagine that. And the name I gave her, again, no coincidence. Like, when people say animals choose you, it's so true, because I remember looking at loads of different ones, but I knew there was something that was like to me. I had to have a black cat. I don't know, maybe it's that witchy energy I have. I was like, I've got to have a black cat. There was just something about it. And yeah, I saw a few, but I wasn't 100% feeling them. And then it just happened to be the people that were meant to rescue her then couldn't have her in the end, and then there was my opportunity and she was mine. Even down to the name I gave her has like a master 22/4 energy, no coincidence. Then that about a week after I got her, I also met my partner who's a master 22/4 life path as well. I'm like, what? So when you're aligning on the right path, it's like so many synchronicities start falling into place in the universe. So I love to share this with you guys, just to let you in and to show you guys what can happen when you're open to receiving your signs and your messages and your synchronicities. It can really be a magical journey. I've been setting intentions and manifesting for a long time about meeting the right kind of partner, the right kind of love in my life. Yeah, that year of the 6 energy, family, marriage, love, soulmates. Yeah, that happened for me too. I couldn't even believe it myself. I also lost over 2 stone in weight. I was being more active, following a better routine, and looking after my health and my nutrition more, and spending more time in nature. So again, huge shifts that throughout my life I hadn't been able to maybe say do before in the right kind of ways. So it was really incredible time and a really important turning point for me. But then again, like I say, with that on the flip side, because it's not all sunshine and roses all the time. No, and that is that with those of you that have master numbers as well, and those of you that are very sensitive and emotional, you will relate to this when I say it, is things, you can be 1 minute very up and then very down. And that is also that emotional roller coaster. I did feel that in that 6 year things were quite, yeah, that there was a lot to learn and a lot of emotional ups and downs too. So it was interesting energy, but it did feel empowering energy. And of all the years, it really struck me that I had a strong base and understanding for the energy that was in the year and for myself personally. And that is where I have to thank the tool of numerology that's helped me with that deeper understanding for that. I also did more healing work on myself, been speaking with my therapist more, which is very helpful. So it's just things that you have to do to better yourself, and they're not things to feel ashamed of, but they're things that, I'm proud to say that I'm doing and looking after myself. So yeah, a lot went down in that year. So I really want to hear from, others of you that share these life path 6s or 33s, or that know people with that energy, like what was going on for them too, because I think it's nice when we can share and how that energy affected them. That would be really great to hear and know. And now I feel again this energy on earth is changing so rapidly and so quickly, and for many people now, as we hit into that 2023, which is that 7 energy for the year ahead, so those of you with strong 7 numerology or life path 7s, you guys will feel this more this year. Maybe you will feel more in the spotlight this year. Or this might be your time to shine, or it might be your time where you feel you're struggling more. Like, it all depends on the vibration of the energy, because like everything in life, there's duality. So just like with a number, say with a number 6, there's a positive side to that, then there's a more negative side to that. It's like everyone in life, we have our light side, our shadow side, it's the feminine, the masculine. There's always like different sides to the energy, and that will all depend on your personal vibration. And that ties into this subject that I'm bringing up to discuss with you guys, is this transformational, this big shift in our energy. Like I say, time is passing us by so quickly, and so many of us are on our journeys here, and we're ascending and we're changing and we're doing our healing work. But more so than ever now in this universal 7 year, we will see more of that. More people wanting to learn more, to discover a deeper purpose in life. What is the meaning of life? Do they have a connection? Are they feeling connected to source, or are they pursuing religion? Like, whatever that means for each individual person. But I think a lot of people will begin questioning more. People will want to learn more and to be able to heal themselves more, and be looking for that holistic healing approach, which is what I'm here for, is to help people with that. That is what I stand for. And if I look back to when I had a personal 7 year in numerology terms, which is the year I was in a personal vibration of 7. Now that was the year I really started digging into a deeper meaning of things. I was coming out of a really, really dark night of the soul, and I was like, like, this is difficult energy, but I knew I wanted to learn. I was healing myself more. I was learning, studying, reading a lot more, watching a lot more, should we say teachers, or learning more on different spiritual topics, or things with a higher purpose or an interest to me, or around health or healing. And it was also the first year I was then working with and using my psychic and mediumship abilities and helping people with those and learning more about them, which was, again, life-changing, because I hadn't done that before, even though I was aware of it, but it's not something I tuned into or ever wanted to really work with or know more about than I did in that personal year of 7, so I felt very connected to source energy, to spirit, and that's what that 7 energy is about. So I feel a lot of people will be tapping into that more, will be asking more questions, and will be delving in more and want to know more about spirit and a higher connection, universe, source energy, however you want to call it or describe it. Figure what it means for you. That's one thing with me, I'll never tell people you should do this or you should do that, or shoulds are never good in that sense, you know. It has to be, I believe we all have our own beliefs for a reason. We all see different things and we all have our own unique lens for life, and everyone's lens will be different based on your life, your purpose here, your soul, everything you've been through in your life. That's the beauty. We're not all meant to see things or believe things in the same way. That's our unique journeys to have. I'm just here to help inspire you, and I hope you can learn and, you know, on your healing journey, and your life here on earth will be easier and happier for you in a healthier way. So yeah, there is a lot to come in this 7 year. Again, I think energy healing, a lot more people will be interested in this and wanting to receive forms of energy healing and holistic healing, because, you know, the more conventional ways they're used to in the modern world, treating things, you know, through surgeries or medications, may not be suiting them. And again, our bodies can only take so much, and then they will start to repel against so much toxicity, chemicals, everything that's not good for it. I think a lot of people will want to be going back to basics, back to the natural way of living. And for many of us in these more modern countries, that's a lot harder to do. You know, everything has so much more chemicals, down to our food, our water, our environments, the air. So it's harder. It's a real struggle to be a human at this time on earth. However, there will always be a way for us to go through, and that's where it's about connecting inwards to get our answers, to get the answers and the knowledge that we need to continue our time here on earth at this time. And I look forward to helping so many more people on their healing journeys. With me, when I do energy healing, I take an approach of your personal energy, your energy field, traumas, pains, things you may have been through in this life, other lives, and we can help work to get you back to that place of health and well-being. But you also have to want that for yourself, and that comes through in the forms, you know, techniques I will use as my energy healing gifts, and then also advice to help with your nutrition, herbs, healing. Like, there's so many different factors of it, but I feel a lot more people will be pushed into that this year. Like, they'll have to, because your bodies will, like I say, can only take so much. And then on your journeys here of ascension as well, the body has to almost keep rebirthing and renewing to fit the current energies around earth. And that's why, again, it's important to keep a high vibration and do things that are of a higher vibration to keep your vibration up, because when you're in a higher vibration, you can naturally heal more efficiently. Your body can heal, give it the right circumstances and energy around it, and that's all you can ask for then, is the best. And with that being said as well, a lot of people I know already that are starting on their energy healing journeys and receiving energy healing treatments and working on their own healing, their bodies, and this is what we call in the ascension terms as well, their bodies start to change. They start to have shifts in the way they think, they feel, the way they see things, the things they may be used to like, they don't like anymore. Changes, you know, with their food, their habits, even the way they see things, feel things, interpret things, their psychic abilities, their telepathy abilities. They're noticing the synchronicities around them more. Substances or certain things their bodies may have been able to have before, their bodies are going to start slowly rejecting. It's like a cleansing process, you know, like I say, that rebirth and reborn, your body has to cleanse. I've had this a couple of times throughout the years, and certain times I felt it more intensely, but often sometimes people, when I would say, when you might get taken down by an illness or feeling unwell, that's spirit's way of stepping in and the universe and saying to you, you need to rest, you need to recharge, or there's something you need to address that you haven't been addressing. And then that's for you to look within and see, right, what have you been suppressing down that is now coming to the surface to be healed? You know, there's another saying I use, if you don't make time for your wellness, you will be forced to make time for your illness. So you have to prioritize your health, your happiness, and your healing. In life, things aren't always about money. You have to be able to connect and get your energy from within, from source, not from external factors that come and go. People, media, news, foods, substances, things of a lower vibration. Because if you rely to get your energy source from them, you will never be fully satisfied. It comes from within. When you have that internal place within of happiness and peace and health, that's truly what's sacred and what is special. But a lot of people, you're going to be feeling these shifts and these changes. You may be feeling very unbalanced, not very well, and sometimes you can't always put your finger on what that is. But through life, we all go through things, emotional things, pains or traumas, and we have to then, when we suppress and suppress for so long, whether you're then in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, and so on, eventually, you know, there comes a point where you may want to dig into that and address, because what's not dealt with on an emotional level then manifests in a physical. So a lot of people can then end up with diseases or illnesses, and your body is calling for help, and your body's calling to be reset, reborn, and renewed. And that is then your time to step into your healing. You know, look at things like your diet, your nutrition, look at healthy ways of expressing your emotions or dealing with blocks, and energy healing is great for that as well, or talking therapies. It's whatever suits the individual, but when we walk around with such a burden on our shoulders, it holds us back from reaching our full potential, from letting our full light out into the world to come here to do what we came to do. So it's a process, it's a journey, and we can't always put a time frame on this. But this year is that year where I'm going to see it more in people. And that's where I'm here to help and support people on their journey with that. And just know that whatever you're going through, you can get through. And there's ways to get through, and there is help and support around you, and to look within and above for that, definitely and always, and to keep your practices, keep time out in nature, because when you're in nature you'll feel calmer and more grounded. And for any types of spiritual practices, you know, you have to have, so to speak, your feet rooted and grounded in the earth to have a strong connection then to source, to receive your guidance. Because if you haven't got that strong rooted connection, it will be harder for you to receive that information and guidance within. Make time to meditate. I'm also going to be bringing you natural channeled healing meditations on the channel that will be free for you to access and listen to, but will greatly help in your healing journeys as well. So there is so much coming this year to share with you, and I wish to help as many of you as possible on your journeys. Please get in touch if you would like more information on your numerology, your numbers, readings, if you want to understand your life purpose, your soul purpose, what you're here to do, or if you're looking for more of the energy healing as well, get in touch. I would love to be of assistance to you. And check out my latest videos as well. There is so much more to come, and I can't wait to share so much more with you guys. Thank you so much. Look forward to bringing you more videos.